Hidden metaphors in anatomical terms. Many of our words for body parts can be traced back to words for the things they once reminded people of. The cortex is the outer layer of the brain, where all our big thinking comes from. The word is just the Latin for the outer layer of a tree, otherwise known as bark. The amygdala is a structure deep in the brain associated with memory and emotional responses. They look like little almonds, and the name comes from the Greek for almond. The thyroid gland, with a lobe on each side of the front of the throat, gets its name from the Greek word for a double lobe-shaped shield. The uvula hangs down at the back of the throat like a little bunch of grapes. Uvula comes from the Latin uva for grape and means little grape. The word muscle comes from the Latin word for little mouse. A muscle at work can look like a little mouse running under the skin. Surprisingly, coronary is not related to the Latin word for heart, cor, but to the word for crown, corona. Coronary means crown-like. The vessels surround the heart like a crown. The iris of the eye can come in many colors, so it's appropriately named for Iris, the Greek goddess of the rainbow. In the center of your eye is the pupil, which comes from the Latin word for doll, because the small reflected version of what you see when you look at the pupil is a small version or doll version of the real thing. The larger shin bone is called the tibia, from Latin for flute or pipe. The smaller shin bone is named for a different image, one where the two bones appear to form a pin or clasp of sorts, and the fibula, from the word for clasp, is the tongue of the clasp. Whether it's from how they function or how they look, the terms of human anatomy can reveal a history of hidden meanings.